Well, more Texas school districts are either moving to or at least considering a 4-day work week. However, Mesquite ISD just opted against even a discussion of a 4-day week in tonight's board meeting, in part due to concerns that Texas lawmakers may block the option in the future. And we find out more from Tarleton State University Associate Dean at the College of Education, Dr. Chris Sloan. Dr. Sloan, thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, so the 4-day week, some people see it as a remedy for the Texas teacher shortage. We have talked so much about this, but you have some doubts that it's really a solution.
Well, right now there's about 50 school districts across the state that are trying or getting ready to try a 4-day school week in the next school year. Because each district develops their own schedule, each one's tackling the idea a little differently. And because students require a certain number of contact hours with their teachers in order to effectively learn the year's worth of curriculum, all of the contact hours with children still have to be met in a 4-day work week, or learning will suffer. To make up the missing day, this either means adding more days to the school calendar or adding hours to the 4-day school, each day in the school, 4 days of the school week, or both. So if districts are lowering the student contact hours, then student learning suffers. And for those districts, that'll ultimately bear out in test scores. Some of the districts are having the teachers come in on the off day to do training and planning, which actually increases the number of teacher working hours in a school year if the teaching hours remain the same. So with the idea of 3-day weekends sounding nice in theory and practice, either the hours that a teacher works is exactly the same or someone suffers. The teacher's working more hours or the student's getting less contact hours.
Well, and it's interesting because not only are you working with students every day who are going to be teachers, but your wife is going to a 4-day school year next year. So you have some personal connections and insight into this as well.
Yes, and actually in that district, the majority of the parents and teachers seem to be in favor of it. And actually I live in a different district and they're on a 4-day week too. I think the rural schools, or a lot of them, are going to this model. But I think what it's actually doing is saving the district money because there's less utility costs. You run the buses 1 day less a week. And so I think there's some cost savings, but I'm not sure that with the number of minutes that are required to teach the curriculum that we're actually helping teachers get more time to themselves.
And you've said that, increasing teacher pay and then training are two really good solutions. Why do you say that?
Well, traditionally, teachers have been paid far less than other jobs requiring a college degree and certification. Currently in the U.S., teachers hold 3 of the top 10 lowest salaries after obtaining a bachelor's degree. And most of the people who are against raising salaries for teachers often cite the time off teachers get, but most teachers work far more hours during the time that they're working, and generally speaking, work on honing their craft during their time off. I believe that a significant across-the-board pay raise would help with retention, but any blanket raise would need to be sustainable over time and cover all areas of the profession, to include administration, preparation, and support. Simply raising teacher pay will create glaring disparities in other areas of education. On training, at Tarleton State and 28 other universities across the state, we see the teacher shortage from a different angle. There's a limited number of people who would even consider being a classroom teacher. Right now, over 50% of traditionally university-prepared and alternatively certified teachers leave the profession after just 5 years in the classroom. Most of those cite a feeling of being overwhelmed by the work, the classroom behavior management, or the administrative tasks that are not directly tied to teaching. They simply are not prepared to handle all that teaching entails. That's why Tarleton and several other Texas universities, along with the help from TEA and an organization called US Prep, have developed a paid year-long teaching residency model for our students in the last year at the university. This model has resulted in an 80 to 90% retention rate at 5 years. And all the teachers, if all the teachers were trained this way, the teacher shortage would be over in 3 years.
Wow.
Not only that, student learning outcomes are also shown to increase in classrooms hosting a teacher resident.
Well, and Dr. Chris Sloan, unfortunately, we are out of time, but, definitely something needs to be done to help fill those teacher positions. I know many of your students probably already have jobs lined up after the school year ends because they are definitely needed. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.